Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. XRP Tiff here, back with a video for you guys. It's been over about a week. We've been experiencing some extreme pullbacks, which is healthy in the market. We've been experiencing these corrections, and it's awesome because it's like almost like a catapult. When you pull it back, or a slingshot, you only the further it goes back, and then it's let go, the further it shoots out, right? The further it shoots out towards its upward trajectory. So I'm just super excited about where this market is headed. I love pullbacks. That's when you're able to buy the dips. You're able to do everything that you need to do, and so I'm excited about that. Right now, we're at about 2 million. I'm sorry, $2 trillion as far as market cap is concerned. And then we're going into, let's see where the number of total cryptos are. So I think last time I reported it was close to probably like 9,200 different type of cryptocurrencies. Right now it's like 9,456. So people and companies are getting on this boat, creating different cryptocurrencies and different things like that to bring out into this market because they want a piece of the pie, because we're going digital for sure. Money is definitely going digital. And so here we are. This is what's been going on. Tether is doing something completely crazy. I've never seen anything quite like that, but that is crazy. Okay. And then looking at XRP, I'll scroll right past it. We're at $1.43. It pulled back. I think we got as low as in the 90 cents or 90 something cents. That's the lowest I've seen it. But we've since bounced back, and so now we're at $1.43. I think it's gonna be really exciting tonight. It's gonna be kind of hard to sleep because we're supposed to bounce back up to about $2 here in the next couple days, and then also probably just keep on going until we get past the previous all-time high, which is about like $3.82. So I'm super excited about that. Here are a couple of news articles I wanted to share you guys. This one is actually a video, and it's from the lawyer John Deaton, who's working on our case. He's doing an absolute marvelous job on representing the XRP holder, the XRP investor, and so we're excited about that. It says why the crypto community should pay a close attention to the SEC enforcement versus the Ripple case. Watch this 4-minute video of the former SEC Commissioner Joseph Grunfest. Ironically, it was Grunfest that sent the letter to Clayton warning him not to file the case. And so you guys will hear in this video, Grunfest is basically saying that Bitcoin can definitely be a security. Not in every transaction is a security, but there are some ways in which it is, and it should be, or it meets those qualifications of being a security. And that's probably the main reason why he was the one that sent Clayton that letter and said, hey, do not file this case, because basically you're bringing Bitcoin and everything else under scrutiny. And if there has to be clarity brought to the U.S., there's definitely going to be clarity across the board. So, basically, probably just enlighten him to let him know, it may not come out as favorable, or as favorable as Clayton would have liked. But yeah, just listen for yourself. Hear this out.
What is Bitcoin? How does it work? Nobody was thinking about Bitcoin when they came up with the definition of the term security, but there she is. That's the definition. You're going to have to learn to work with that. You can't make Bitcoin go away. How are we going to have these two regimes communicate? Sometimes Bitcoin can be a security, and sometimes it won't be a security. You haven't had any court, you haven't had the SEC take a position with regard to whether Bitcoin itself is a security or not. We know that if you have a partnership and the partnership buys Bitcoin, then that partnership can be exactly like a partnership that buys a horse. And in that situation, your interest in the partnership that owns the Bitcoin, that's a security. That's not complicated at all. But the more interesting question that the courts and the SEC haven't yet looked at is the challenge of whether the Bitcoin itself is a security. And there, the answer, I think, is a resounding sometimes. Now, I think the SEC hasn't taken a position on it yet because it doesn't have to. All of the problems that the SEC has run into up until this point, they've been able to handle all of those issues within the four corners of existing precedent. Nothing has forced the SEC carefully and aggressively to examine the more difficult question of whether and when Bitcoin is a security. To determine whether Bitcoin is or isn't a security, you apply what lawyers call the investment contract test. Is there an investment of money? Is there an expectation of profit? Is there something that's called commonality? And are you relying on the efforts of others? Well, when you use Bitcoin to buy a cup of coffee on campus here at Coupa Cafe, there's no expectation of profit. You're not relying on the efforts of others for any of your return. There's nothing that the lawyers call commonality. So when you use Bitcoin for a cup of coffee, that's not a securities transaction, and that's not a security. So the securities laws would have nothing to do with that. On the other hand, suppose you go on the internet and you buy $200,000 of Bitcoin and you stick it in your electronic wallet and you're going to hold it there for 4 or 5 years thinking that Bitcoin will double or triple. Well, under those circumstances, it's very easy to describe that transaction as involving the purchase and sale of a security. You've got investment of money, you've got an expectation of profit, you're relying on the efforts of others. The others here are the miners that, in effect, have to operate the Bitcoin system in order to validate every transaction. We know that we can package interests in Bitcoin so that those interests are securities. That's easy. But the interesting question is, and the law hasn't gotten here yet, is Bitcoin itself a security? I think Bitcoin's future in the United States is potentially quite different than it is outside the United States. I think Bitcoin's going to run into real hurdles, becoming a mechanism for exchange that'll be broadly accepted in the United States. But if you're going to try to, move value from a place like, United Arab Emirates to the Philippines, or you want to move value from Indonesia to Pakistan, you can imagine many of these different systems working well in that kind of an environment. Whether they're going to wind up working well in the United States with all of our know your customer regulations, banking regulations, anti-money laundering regulations, Regulation E, securities laws, and the like, I'm skeptical about whether that technology is going to be able to get traction once you load that technology on with all of the legal compliance that's really necessary to work in the United States.
That was indeed something, guys. So just, just food for thought there. Dark Defender, we're visiting one of his tweets again. And so he tweeted and he said everything is still on track. Hi there again. XRP has monumentally touched 93 cents where we expected the 93 cents. So if I see a change to the chart below, I will inform you. However, it seems that we are following the expected path. Cheers. So pretty much he said we're going to go back and at number one, we're going to hit this 93-cent level again. Then number two, the RSI will touch over solid area, and then it will do a reversal towards $1.33, and that's what's expected. So pretty much, if it's already hit the $1.33. The third stanza is that there might be another reversal towards a dollar, which is still can possibly happen. And then number four is around the 29th of April. XRP can break the SH triangle out towards the journey for the all-time high and even higher. And so today is actually April the 26th, and so it's just only a few days away. And so we're just watching the charts, seeing what's going on, watching the market, seeing what's going on to see if we have any more pullbacks before we just kind of catapult. And so I'm super excited about the ending April, but super excited about headed into May as well as June is concerned. And so I really think that we're not going to be dealing with this case for much longer. And speaking of the case, all eyes on Friday. This Friday actually is the hearing on April the 30th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here's the dial in and the international number as well as the access code that you need. And so if I was you, I would take, a second and if you have the time, call in for sure. So that way you can actually get on the call and hear what's going on for yourself. You can hear the volley back and forth between the SEC and Ripple and kind of see what's going on, what information is being brought forward. And so I'm super excited to even be tuned in on that day. Hopefully, I should be working. However, if I don't have a meeting that day, then I should be able to dial in because I like to hear the things live. It's one thing if I can't actually call in, and I can actually be on maybe a live stream or something like that, where they kind of, kind of give you piece by piece what's going on and who's saying what and different things like that. It's almost like watching a movie through somebody else's eyes, or just reading the little subscripts at the bottom. So I'm super excited about this Friday, kind of see where we are, where we're headed, kind of what the judge has to say about these different findings about the SEC going, way above their what they're supposed to be doing, and going outside of the United States, and going, to foreign partners from with Ripple, trying to pretty much find dirt on Ripple. And so I heard that that was definitely a no-no. They weren't supposed to be reaching out to anybody foreign or anything of that sort. So I just want to see, I just want to see what color the walls is going to be when Judge Netburn or whoever is judging on this Friday. Kind of read over everything, kind of go over all of the notes, all of the discovery, and kind of find out what's going on, and what is the path forward. Are we headed toward dismissal or a settlement? I just, we just do not know these things. And so one last thing I wanted to hit on, actually, here is Jeremy Hogan. He said that the SEC versus Ripple Court is definitely paying attention to us individual holders, that definitely people are in this market, and we don't know, we want to know what's going on, right? So they recently increased the call-in capacity to 4,000 people. I don't know what it was previously. Could have been 500, could have been 1,000. I don't think it was more than 1,000, but they've increased the capacity to 4,000 people. So that's freaking awesome. So that means that, more people can call in to get the information direct from the case and from the call, to see what's going on. And it says, and I think the judges know exactly which side the people who call in are on. So call in this Friday and let the judges know that people are watching and we care about what's going on. Hashtag 4,000 strong. So Attorney Jeremy Hogan, he's also been monumental in that space, just kind of decoding the verbiage of this SEC versus Ripple, the law jargon, pretty much just letting us know what's going on there. And so I'm super excited to be in this space. I just know that here shortly, when everything settles down, and all the Binance and Kraken, as well as Coinbase starts to relist XRP, we're just gonna take off like a rocket. And so I'm super excited about that. You guys hold on to your investments. Try not to do any selling as of now. Of course, this is not financial advice, just recommendations. What I would do with my holdings, I'm holding on, right? Because I know there's going to be some positive news coming out of this. So until my next video, guys, stay woke. Bye.